Terrible's gas station. So if you've ever been to a Buc-ee's, that's very much like that. It's like 60 pumps and 60 bathrooms and giant place. But Buc-ee's is still better.
Did I win?
Last were friends, never once need pretend. We
Yeah, we're in the lobster call.
constant life, constant.
Are you into the spreadsheets again?
Spreadsheets. But this is a cool change pouch. So cool. Yoga Joe! Wow, there's little humans under my legs. Is it? It's, I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's a beautiful statue.
Lips pressed tight, wasn't
Oh look, there's a sign.
Is this right? 'Cause in my mind, you're not the kind that I thought I would like. We were friends till the end.
Camping here beside us are our very good friends Chad and Nia. They are in a 27 FB Flying Cloud, and Roger and Andrea, they're in a 25 FB Globetrotter. Let's go check their rigs out. All right, tour of homes. Hello, friends.
Hi, friends.
How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
We're standing in their 27 front bed Flying Cloud with a desk. So why did you choose this model?
We wanted an office, plain and simple. We wanted an
Had
office.
to have an office. You have to
And
work from the road.
have to work from the road. When this became available, we jumped on it. We didn't choose all the things in here, but honestly, there's not much we don't like, except for the seating.
What's wrong with the seating?
Slippery. Very slippery.
Slippery.
You find yourself about halfway down just a few minutes after you sit down, which isn't great. So we've kind of like hack job these kind of things onto the thing, but
They're
it helps.
dog bed, like dog blankets,
Yeah.
waterproof things, but they're velcroed.
You velcroed them back underneath on the back.
Yeah, exactly. And it works. It works
It's
decent.
for now,
For now,
until we-
until we reupholster.
We're gonna
it.
reupholster
Yeah.
it.
The slippery seating stinks.
Yeah.
Everything
Not our
else.
favorite.
Everything else, I have no complaints whatsoever.
The desk good.
Awesome.
Do you
Amazing.
use the TV as a monitor?
But I don't.
Have you?
I don't. I have not.
Use like yourself?
No, I mean I'm a designer, so I need really decent monitor. Yeah, but what I did was I put a external monitor through the kind of cord hole that comes in the desk. It works for it.
Tell me about these photos you have in here. They look like the photos we have in our place.
Sure
They
do.
are. That was your suggestion.
Mixed tiles.
So,
Yeah,
mixed tiles.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
really
are
cool.
amazing.
We have a bunch of extras, so we swap them out for like.
Yeah, for Halloween, we have our
That's so cool.
kids, their Halloween costumes, so yeah.
But they're super light, easy to stick on and off. So
We-
yeah,
we-
they're cool.
Blair and I hear a lot of complaints about the new electric fridge. What's your
Why?
noise?
No noise.
You haven't? Have you
I mean, it
boondocked
ca-
with this?
No.
No,
You haven't boondocked.
No,
not boondock
but
yet.
you can hear it kick on, and you hear like that small kind of like bubbling noise,
Yeah.
but it's faint. It's extremely faint. It's certainly not bothersome. It barely draws any power. So,
And we
I don't know.
have a sound machine as well in our bedroom, so that really drowns out all noise.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. It's big. It accommodates all the food we need for 2 people.
Absolutely.
So,
I see an ice maker in here. That's cool.
Yep.
An espresso machine, a soda machine,
yeah, you got it.
a knife block,
Yes, sir.
some cool hooks.
Lots
Oh,
of cool
yes.
hooks. Those things are
Hooks.
essential.
That you also recommended to us.
Yes.
We have those.
Pretty much everything Brad says get, we get.
Yes, absolutely.
I think one of the more cool upgrades we got was the teak.
Oh yes.
That thing is overly priced, but worth every penny. It's awesome. Makes your bathroom smell nice.
So
Nice to step on.
we will get a teak mat for our own shower at some point in the future, but
Don't you? I thought
we
you had
had
one.
no. We have a cat, so
That's
Scout uses the shower as her cat box
Oh.
with a puppy pad. So we don't have a teak mat yet because I don't want no accidents on my teak mat.
That's
Yeah,
right.
well, for $250, yeah. I generally want to keep it nice.
I understand you upgraded your mattress.
We did.
Yes.
Yeah, the base mattress that comes with the Flying Cloud is painful at best.
Very painful. Painful
Yeah.
enough that couldn't handle it for one more night.
Yeah, so when we were in Bozeman, we stopped at a place called the Mattress Mill. We walked in, and no kidding, there was like a, it had like a, in the corner of the store, it was like lit from the ceiling. They had this bed up on a pedestal, and it said, you know, like revive your RV living or something like that. It was an RV mattress specific for the shorter queen beds or whatever.
Okay.
So we walked in, we lied down on it. And then she said, we also have a pillow top. She brought that out. We lied down on that. We purchased both. Within 15 minutes, we walked out there with a new mattress, and they delivered it a couple hours later.
To our RV park. Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And took the other
It was
one out.
awesome. Took the other one out. We had no hard feelings.
Do you wish they'd put a thing to keep that open when you open it?
100%. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I use my head.
I've seen people put a gas strut on the inside of that, so it's
Smart.
pretty well.
Yeah.
How's the storage closet like?
Awesome. You know, my brother and sister brother-in-law and sister that you'll see later, they have a 25-foot, and they have half the closet. Yeah, you can take a look in here. I mean, we've got it packed full, but we've got fancy clothes and non-fancy clothes, and honestly, this is too much. I brought like 6 tees, and I've worn 3 for 3 weeks. So
Oh, this
How's
is
the microwave in that drawer bed?
awesome.
but great.
We were you know, I'm kind of chefy, so having both has been awesome. Yeah, I don't think I could get by without it up in the oven. So it's been great. Yeah.
We use it mainly for microwaving. We use this. We actually use the oven quite a bit.
We do.
But
We've
you
used
do
the
have to
microwave
light
a
it.
couple times. Yeah, lighting the oven.
You have to light.
They can do that better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to light it manually every time.
The microwave's a little underpowered.
Storage up top you've been happy with?
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the Airstream in general has had way more storage than we thought.
Then we thought, absolutely.
Yeah, and
We
it's
still
probably
haven't used it all.
we still have not.
Mhm.
Like the stuff above our bed.
Yeah.
Pretty unutilized
Mine, I use mine
for clothes and
for
stuff.
clothes, but under our bed, the storage we have a ton and we don't use it.
Yeah.
Because we
Well,
need to get it.
I would say maybe another thorn is the size of the toilet. I mean, it's a pretty small bathroom.
Yeah, it is.
So you kind of have to sit sideways a little bit, and it's not the most comfortable thing.
What was your RV experience before the Airstream?
None.
No,
we
no, that's
Well,
not true.
yeah, we took-
rented one when Ella was younger,
For maybe 3 nights up in Breckenridge.
and it was a horrible experience.
Awful.
And
It was a driving model?
No,
no,
we towed it with a Highlander.
Oh,
And
boy.
it wasn't heavy. I mean, it was like a 3,000-pound trailer. It wasn't very heavy, but it was white knuckle driving. Yeah,
and it
we went
was-
over Eisenhower, which is
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it was scary.
Tell us about these awesome Yeti chairs you got here.
Overly expensive and heavy.
But they're comfortable, right?
Extremely.
very
But they're a pain in the ass to haul around.
Yeah.
They don't fold up real small. They're tough.
They're super comfortable, but not maybe worth the price because it's really hard to haul.
Heavy.
They're heavy.
And they don't
But
fold
they're
up. They
comfy.
don't like collapse on top of each other. You know what I mean? So kind of annoying.
So Chad has the Starlink and has a cool flagpole here holding it up. I like how that attaches to your...
Yeah, it's cool.
Jack.
I got the flagpole from flagpolebuddy.com, and they also make that. They also make that adapter at the very top, which hooks the satellite to the pole.
Yeah.
And then these things, tuning clamps or something like that. I forget, house tuning clamps.
Okay.
I think 2.5 that connect to the
Yep.
the jack there, and then 2-inch for the pole.
Did that,
This thing is
did that have an effect on your
super
propane
straight.
tank cover?
not at all. No, no, it's able to come off just fine. So yeah, it's been awesome. Sometimes at night when a lot of people are streaming, you can tell they're streaming, it gets pretty slow. But honestly, we have no complaints. It's all 4 of us have been able to work and have video calls and do all that all day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Blair and I are still using our T-Mobile home internet, $50 a month, unlimited data. It works here. It's worked everywhere else we've been. It's kind of slow here because the cell phone signal in this park's pretty low, but we've been happy with that. We will get Starlink at some point in the future. Right now, I can't justify the cost because I don't need to work from home like they do. So I think it's a wonderful system, absolutely wonderful system. But my T-Mobile hotspot or hooking to my phone, hotspotting from my phone or iPad has worked really great for us so far. But we'll get it in the future. I'm so jealous of your Coleman air conditions.
Those things?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Compared to the Dometic,
Yeah.
much better.
Really?
Yes.
For whatever reason, I actually can operate that thing a little easier. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's still pretty straightforward. Both but the interfaces are almost identical. That one responds like, yeah, like intuitively, I guess. The way you can step through the modes, you can step through like the different versions of high and low fan, high and low air conditioning, high and low gas heat, and all that. Yeah.
So what we're talking about is the Dometic air conditioning that comes on most every model. Today, if you bought a 2023 model, the Globetrotter, Pottery Barn, and Classic all come with a Coleman version of that, and it's a much better setup. And if you're someone who likes the Boondock and uses a generator, you don't have to purchase the Easy Start to put on your air conditioning because they have a much better, robust one built into it compared to the Dometic.
So, mind blown. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, so Roger
Yeah.
and Andrea.
Yes.
Hi. You guys have a 25-foot Globetrotter here. What's your Airstream experience prior to this one?
So we had a 23 FB Queen Flying Cloud. And
How long did you have it?
we had that almost just over 3 years.
Okay.
Yep. And we loved it.
Yeah, we loved it.
Yep.
But we decided we loved it so much that we wanted to work more on the road. Therefore, we need a little more room. So we went to the 25 feet, which you wouldn't think would make a huge difference, but probably when you saw inside, it does make a huge difference. And now we have lots more room to work, both of us, from the road.
I think the 23 FB had a super light tongue weight, which made choices of vehicles to tow a lot broader.
Yeah.
You know, you could get into an Airstream and have a dual axle Airstream, but still have a smaller truck. Yeah. Once we stepped up in the truck, then we said, well, that opens the aperture a little bit of what we can do.
Okay. What upgrades have you done to this one that you didn't do before?
It's so new to us, we barely had time to do any upgrades
Well,
except for the water.
Yep.
We've done the water, and that was like a must-have for us.
Well, I think the water snap pads, I don't know if that's an upgrade, but that makes it so much quicker.
We love snap pads.
Snap pads.
I'm a snap pad fan.
Yeah.
In all the ways. I'm ready to check these things out because I currently have these little feet installed underneath them for when we park at different spots, but it's nice just to roll up, wind them down, and they're sitting on the deck with no worries. Right now I'm just removing what I've been using, and I'm going to try to install this snap pad. Easy as that. Can you show me the water thing?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a filter system inside. It's got a mechanical filter, a coal filter, and then it has a UV filter. So basically, you're killing any organism and also dwindling down the amount of particulate that can come through.
Do you filter the water coming into the rig?
I don't.
In addition to?
Now I just run it wide open, and so I only drink out of this. I might brush my teeth out of that, but I feel like maybe I'm dancing a little bit here, but yeah.
That's fine.
So what's cool is, it's operational. When you turn it on, the blue light comes on and lets you know that you've got power to the UV and you're cleaning up the water. Yeah.
Who did this?
I did.
Sweet.
So let me tell you this. It's a little nerve-wracking drilling through this. Like when I started, I drilled the pilot hole and I was like, I measured it like 10 times, probably only had to measure twice, but and then when I started to drill it, actually a little chunk came out and I was like, but just kept pressing down, drilled through it, came up pretty good. Yeah.
I hear concerns about the all-electric fridge. Any issues with that?
Not yet. I mean, I think we were a little hesitant. We liked having the gas running, but here's what's cool about this. I don't have to be perfectly level. In the past, we're like, oh, if we're going to leave it overnight, get ready for it. It took a long time to cool down. This was like, I don't know, 40 minutes, Andy, right? Super quick. Yeah, so I don't think I'd go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy with the on-demand water heater?
Yes. Here's the thing, Brett. I actually think that I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be cold. It's not going to. It's actually quicker than the hot water tank, and you don't get as much of a sandwich effect. I think with the old version, you pull in a bunch of hot water, you stop to conserve water, and then you turn it back on, and you've got this, 2 to 3 minute cold. With this thing, it ramps up pretty quick. I don't have that much of a issue with it.
I think I've talked about this on a number of videos before, but our experience with the on-demand water heater has been fine. Cold weather temperature, it doesn't get as hot. For example, and the way this water heater works, if anybody's curious to know, It has two flame modes, an all-out flame and a half mode flame to conserve propane. So if the water temperature coming in is above 65 degrees, it only uses the half flame mode. If it's below 65 degrees, it uses the dual flame mode, and it lowers the pressure coming through it so you don't get as high of a pressure coming out the spigot. Second thing it does is it has an anti-freeze system on it, so if it gets below 38 degrees outside temperature, it will flame itself a little bit for a few seconds to keep the furnace from the water in the furnace from freezing itself. And most people get confused and say my water heater is intermittent and doesn't work, particularly in the shower, because they'll hit the pause button on the shower head. That stops the flame. So the water between the water heater and the spigot and the shower is still hot. When you turn that on, that water gets rapidly cold, and then it'll get hot again. But like Roger was saying, it only takes 10 to 15 seconds typically, not the 2 minutes you used to have to wait for your tank to heat up. But we've been happy with our on-demand. We still have the propane fridge in ours because we were, they didn't fully switch over to the all-electric fridge until 2021 and a half, so ours is the earlier half of 2021, so it still has the propane fridge. But we have all the other upgrades. He also has the Merlin solar panels, which I think are a much better, more efficient solar panel than what come on the previous models too, and I can talk about that later.
I don't know, is anybody worried about the twins?
Well, I was going to tell you to talk about that, so I'll
Yeah.
ask you to talk about that. So Blair and I chose twins for our new model. How have you liked the twins?
Yeah, so that was a big change for me, and I was worried about it. I actually do love to sleep with my husband, so, but I will say I love the sightline. I love the fact I can get dressed in the back and I'm not scooching around or hitting my head on the overhead, which happened to me a lot. So yeah, we actually do like it. We're sleeping fine, you know, and it's been great.
External storage, internal storage with the twins is awesome.
Yeah, tons of stuff goes in the outside. We have all our chairs in there. All the stuff that used to pack inside under the bed basically goes outside now. Super nice.
Any feedback to Airstream about this model specifically?
Okay, yeah. The only thing I think we have found that we would like to change is that when you open, a lot of the storage is at your feet. So when you open those drawers on the bottom, you're pulling bins out. Yeah. We would love to have it be a slider that comes out so you can actually just visually see what's in the bin instead of having to get down, pull a bin out, open the bin. That's probably our biggest feedback so far. Yep.
Yeah. So the U-shape, or the booth seating, I like to refer to it as, I think is a pretty cool feature in the Globetrotter only. Every other model that has this seat has one giant table that either hooks to the wall or hooks the legs for the rear hatch. Yeah. So the Globetrotter's only one that has a split table. Pros and cons of the split table.
When you're down to the half the smaller one, it feels like a little too small to use it as a table. It's sort of like all in or not at all, okay. You know? But this was the feature for us. I mean, the twin bed was, I think we said it was one of the top things that we needed just for the sightlines, right? But this was the feature why we got this model. Okay. Because you can convert this and turn it into movie time, place the lounge. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you talk about the Globetrotter one, the fabric texture?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Compared to the other?
Yeah, we love the fabric on this. You do not slip. It's very durable, easy to clean, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's great.
And that's funny because our Flying Cloud, the 2019, we loved that fabric too. It had some texture and friction to it, right? Yeah. And this is a little bit similar to that as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And all the extra cushions that come with the Globetrotter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a big drawback. I mean, I don't like having extra cushions that you have to stow away every day. We either end up sticking them under here at night or on our bed during the day.
Yeah.
So,
there's almost like, what is it? There are 5 cushions. I feel like somehow we should have figured out how to do like 2.
It's a little much. Yeah.
So Blair and I, we love the Globetrotter. We love the color scheme. We love all the things about it, except for the extra cushions. Because this back molded part right here, that becomes your bed cushions if you make a bed in every other model. But the Globetrotter has 5 extra cushions, and we don't have a place to store them. So that was the deterrent for us not getting the Globetrotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left them home.
We left them home.
Most of them.
All right. I see a knife block. I see a cool paper towel holder.
Yep, and we also, Chad likes this feature. He's mentioned this several times. His sink doesn't have the ability to do this, give you half or all the way too. We love that.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Not these storage containers at the back here. They're
These are weird.
They're a little wonky.
I call them composting bins.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it seems like. Like we'd have nothing in here. We don't really know what to do with it, so we kind of enjoy the space.
There's some cool features, but then I feel like someone at the factory didn't spend a ton of time using it to see where the kind of usability pieces are. It's probably always a, you know, they're constantly turning the crank, so right, I'm sure that's a constant evolution.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's here.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hi, Brian.
Long time no see.
I know, it's been a
How'd it
while.
go with the Globetrotter?
Great. Blair, what is happening here?
Hi. We're making Chick-fil-A chicken again.
Oh yeah, your famous Chick-fil-A chicken.
So chicken is ready. Fries are cooking. I'm not quite sure how they're gonna turn out in the air fryer.
Sure.
But if they're not great, I don't blame you for saying they're not great, because they're probably not great.
I would like to say a very special thank you to Chad and Nia for allowing us into your home, for inviting us on this trip, and great to see you both. You're always wonderful disposition and fun to be around. Thank you very much. To Roger and Andrea, thank you allowing us into your rig, and great work on trivia night. It was great to meet you both, and we can't wait to spend some time with you again. To Ryan and Nate, so wonderful to meet you both. Thank you very much for your tips and tricks that you offered us, and we can't wait to tour your rig soon. And to Rachel, thanks for making the trip out. It was great to see you. We love and miss you very much. And sorry we didn't get to see Lexi and Bella, but we'll look forward to seeing you on the road again soon. And to our newest Patreon members, the Alaska family, welcome to the 13 Adventures family. It's great to have you on board, and we look forward to getting a tour of your rig also. Have a great day, everyone, and happy adventures. Breakfast of champions. Fried chicken from yesterday, fries, and Blair's favorite, sprinkled donut.
Sprinkle donut. Good thing we're not on the road long.
What do you think, Pipe?
Pepper says that smells wonderful. She's ready for a second breakfast.
Breathing in, slow to